This is a very, very tragic incident that we are reporting from South Bengaluru, where a 55-year-old man and his 19-year-old daughter were killed after the state-run Bengaluru Electric Supply Company's transformer exploded. Shivraj and Chaitanya were passing by the transformer on a scooter when the explosion took place. Now, as per the locals, they had already informed Bescom authorities regarding an issue of oil leak from the transformer, but there was no action that was taken. Now, Karnataka Energy Minister V. Sunil Kumar has admitted that there has been a negligence on part of the Bescom officials, and this is what led to this tragedy. And he has ordered an audit of all the Bescom transformers. But is this enough? We ask right here on Mirror Now. I have my colleague Neha Hebale, who's joining me live from that very spot where this incident took place. Neha, just take us through what really happened here.
Yes, Griha, most unfortunate incident coming to light here, surely because of the negligence of a few officials, and it took the government 2 deaths to wake up. Let's tell you that audit of transformers across the city or across the state is something that should be done on a regular basis. It shouldn't be taking the government, in fact, 2 people to die to actually wake up and realize this. I'm going to give you a quick sense of where we are right now. This that you see right now in front of us is the transformer that exploded into flames yesterday. And in fact, what we believe is that there was a leak from this transformer. There was an oil leak. The locals had alerted the Bescom already by about 12:50, and even till 3 o'clock, that's when the transformer blast. There was nothing really done about this. Now, also, let's tell you that, in fact, both the people who died over here, in fact, both the victims over here were traveling on this road. We believe that even their two-wheeler actually went up in flames. You can actually see the remains of what is left right now of their two-wheeler, the few glass pieces. And what's even more unfortunate is it's because of the oil spill that the blast, in fact, that the flames actually, that they got engulfed in the flames. And, a very, very gory video that actually came out just minutes after the incident took place. A passerby, in fact, of course, recorded this entire video, and we can actually just see how the 2 victims over here were really running around, helplessly, just asking for help. And what's more, Griha, if you can actually see where the transformer is, to the distance of this tree is at least about a good, 30-40 meters. So this was a massive blast that we're looking at, and the oil really, only adding to matters, making it terribly worse over here. And, even as we're reporting about this today, it's important to mention that, yes, while a case of negligence has been registered against the Bescom officials over here, no action has been taken so far. It's been more than 24 hours now. This happened, in fact, on Wednesday afternoon. And it's been more than 24 hours now. In fact, it's nearly, going to be close to about 48 hours in a few hours from now. And despite that, we're seeing no arrests have been made. The audit hasn't begun on ground, as mentioned by the Energy Minister, and there's no actual intent of, fixing the problem right now is what we are sort of, picking up from the government officials at this point in time. And even as we are reporting about this today, it's quite unfortunate that the government is still taking a very laid-back attitude towards this entire issue.
Oh, absolutely, Neha. In fact, your camera person was just showing us the visuals of that transformer, and we can see that it's just torn open. I just want to understand, if you have been able to speak to the locals over there, these transformers, this is not a natural sort of a normal phenomena. I have never heard of an incident like this ever happening in my life where, a transformer is really burst opened into flames, and it has hurt people who are passing by. So this is a clear case of negligence. When it comes to the family, which is a shattered family now with 2 members have lost their life, any compensation that has been announced when it comes to that, and also about this transformer, if you can just let our viewers know on what exactly are we looking at here.
Yes, absolutely. Griha, in fact, if I can ask my video journalist Nagendra to take it back to what we were showing you a little while earlier. And like you mentioned, yes, while this transformer has just exploded into flames, the reason that, in fact, it took so long to actually douse the fire, the reason that the matter, in fact, got so aggravated that the fire, just went out of control is because of the oil leak, and that was only, making matters worse over here. Let's tell you that even the duo over here, the entire two-wheeler just got burnt in a matter of seconds. We believe that, in fact, both of them succumbed to their burn injuries in the hospital, while one had about 50% burn injuries, the other had 70. And locals, in fact, had raised an alarm about this. It's important again to mention that, things like these need to be looked into at the earliest. Locals had mentioned over here at 12:50 itself, 3 hours prior to this incident taking place almost. The Bescom was aware that there was a technical snag with this transformer. It needed to be looked into. And to answer your question about, why this transformer exploded in that manner like this, when we checked with the officials, in fact, they first went on to deny the incident. After the case was registered, they went on to say that it was merely a technical snag. Now, while, of course, this technical snag by the Bescom has cost 2 lives over here to the people, the government has just merely announced a 10 lakh compensation yesterday in the assembly.
So help me understand this better, Neha. They went on to deny the incident when 2 people lost their lives. This is something which is absolutely uncalled for. I mean, this is something that has happened. It's out there for people to see. And this is the negligence that we are bringing to fore on the channel right here, because like you rightly mentioned, the locals had informed the authorities of an oil leak over here. And it actually burst open. It caused 2 people to lose their life. And despite that, the authorities were denying any such incident.
Well, that's right, Griha. In fact, while we've seen smaller issues with transformers on the whole, across Bengaluru city, across the country for that matter, while there have been smaller issues, an oil leak in a transformer leading it to explode is something that, should have been looked into. Let's also tell you that even the energy minister here said that when an alert was raised to the Bescom at 12:50 itself, there was a mention of an oil leak. It was not just a mention of a panic call. It wasn't just a panic call made by a resident saying that, there's something wrong with the transformer. That very categorically mentioned that there was an oil leak, and still for about 2.5 hours the authorities chose to sit on it, which has now caused to in fact cost the family very dearly. 2 lives that we're looking at. And of course, Geha, what's even more unfortunate is that we understand that this family was in fact returning after having booked a marriage hall for this girl. They just booked the convention hall. She was supposed to essentially be getting married in about a few months from now. And really, of course, very tragic end to this entire episode over here. But despite that, the government right now, has claimed that they would take necessary corrective action, but nothing on ground. It's been, let's tell you again, 3 o'clock today would be 48 hours to this incident. No arrests that have come through.
Absolutely. 48 hours, no arrest. A very, very tragic incident like Neha Hebale there is reporting about. And this girl was all set to be married. Makes this even more tragic on what we are bringing to you from Bengaluru. We will continue to track all the developments on the negligence of the authorities when it comes to this particular report that we are bringing to you from Bengaluru, the heart of the city, and where a transformer really, exploded, and it caused 2 people to actually lose their life because of this particular incident. And the authorities initially were denying that it actually happened.